Hello again from San Antonio, Texas. Let's take a look at my Army career. I was in the Army from 1979 to 1985. I was honorably discharged in 1985 as an E5 sergeant. My first base was Fort McClellan, Alabama, from 1979 and 1980, which is Army Basic Training, and AIT, which means Advanced Individual Training. It's basically the military police school I went to there. From there, I went all the way over to Camp Page, Korea, okay? Which basically is 6 miles from the DMZ. I was a base police officer. That was my first military or police assignment of any kind while I was there. I learned to speak and read Korean through the University of Maryland. I taught conversational English to students at Kangwon University there in Chuncheon, Korea. From there, I went to Fort Stewart, Georgia. Now, Fort Stewart is a huge base. It's 280,000 acres, which is 6.5 square miles. It's mostly swamps with tank trails crisscrossing throughout it. I was the assistant NCOIC, which means non-commissioned officer in charge of the K-9 unit. I was the base patrol, and we also did narcotic inspections of barracks. My daughter was actually born in Hinesville, Georgia, right outside of Fort Stewart. I went to Lackland Air Force Base 2 times for specialized schools. Once in 1982, I went to San Antonio for the Department of Defense Patrol Dog Training School. I again went back in 1983 to the San Antonio DoD, Department of Defense, Narcotic Detector Dog Training School. Okay. I went from there to TDY, which is temporary duty, out to Fort Smith, Arkansas, which is a Reserve and National Guard training base. The military police there were the only regular military there. Everybody else there was Reserve and Guard. Every 2 weeks, units would leave and new units would come on. And we did this for several months. While this was happening, my daughter got very ill for some heart problems. So we received a compassionate reassignment to Fort Sam Houston, about 1984 and 1985. I was assigned there so my daughter, who was 8 months old and her heart was the size of a walnut, could have open heart surgery, which she did and which was very successful. While I was there, I was assigned for a patrol sergeant. I got out of the military in 1985, again as a E5 sergeant.